Going back to ROI, there's many different facets of the staging, right? There's a lot of tax benefits around staging. IRS publication 523 says that staging is a legitimate selling expense for both primary and secondary homes, right? So that means if you're an investor, you're a flipper, you're a builder, whatever, staging is classified as a legitimate selling expense for the sale of that home, right? It's also a legitimate marketing expense for agents, right? Now, we recommend that the sellers pay for the staging, right? Because the sellers are going to have the most benefit from the staging. But if you as an agent decide that that's going to be your competitive advantage and it's going to be part of your marketing package, well, you can use that as a legitimate marketing expense for marketing that home, right? So again, food for thought, right? When you approach it from a business aspect, is it about making a house look pretty? Somewhat. It's more about return on investment, tax advantages, that sort of thing, right? Appraisals, funny story. I never thought that I would hear this, but I was on a plane flying to visit the Florida location last week. And I was sitting behind a real estate agent, and she was the listing agent, right? And so I could tell by the conversation that she was talking to the buying agent. And I guess the buying agent asked something like, well, what are the other offers doing, and what would make us more competitive? And the listing agent said, oh, all the usual things. I can't remember how much earnest money she said, but she's like, 7-day close, full appraisal waivers. I'm like, what? The usual things, full appraisal waivers? Anyway, but the market will normalize and we will go back to the normal thing, which is not an appraisal waiver, right? So how does staging help with appraisals? Well, staging appeals to the emotional connection of a home. Again, connecting the, emotions, the heart with the math of the deal, right? And so all the investors that we work with leave the staging through appraisal, even if they have to renew for another month, to make sure that, they get that in there. Because although appraisals are still based on data and comp, staging draws the eyes to the benefits of the home, right? It's generally recognized as helpful among appraisers because the homes look like they're taken care of better, right? They have the appearance of well kept. When we put nicer furnishings in the home, right, it gives a psychological perspective that there's more value in the home, right? The person who staged this home values the home higher, right? And it can give purpose to a lot of these multi-purpose rooms, right? I remember I was selling a house a few years ago and it was a 3-2, but how we staged it to the legal definition of a bedroom, and they actually turned in the appraisal as a 4-2, right? So that increased the value of the home. Whereas, if we had, done the legal definition of a bedroom, but maybe didn't put a bed in there, they may not have actually called that a bedroom, right?